So today I was in my astronomy class. I was sitting in the second to the back row, so I wasn't completely in the back. However, there was a group of guys behind me, and they were talking about what they were doing for the day. One of the guys wanted to hang out with his other friend, and he asked him what he was doing. And he then said that, in reply to his friend, he said that he was going to hang out with his girlfriend tonight, and have her cook for him, and then he was going to get laid. Those were his exact words. And in all honesty, I wasn't trying to listen to their conversation or be nosy, but they're sitting right behind me, so it's really difficult not for me to hear what they're talking about. So me being myself, unlike my previous video I did back in December, when I messaged to men who cheat, you can watch that up in the corner here, I turned around and I asked this guy, I don't know him, I don't even know his name, I just asked him a simple question, and my question was, why is your girlfriend cooking you dinner? Now, I wasn't sure what he was going to say in response, but he said, in reply to me, because she's a woman, and she deserves to make me food. I didn't like that response, but nonetheless, I accepted it and turned around and just shrugged my shoulders and rolled my eyes in the back of my head, and it got me thinking. Where does this stereotype, and I honestly don't know, where does this stereotype that women are a simple tool or object that men basically control and manipulate and do whatever the hell they want with? It's a realistic question, and I don't really have an answer for it because I don't know. I don't know where the stereotype comes. I realize that in the 1940s and 50s, back in those times, it was very common for the woman to stay at home and be the house, keep the house up, cook the dinner, do all the stuff, and while the guy provides for the wife and the family. I realized that back in those times. But I really just don't like it when men, because I believe this is sexist in a way, when men use the phrase B-I-T-C-H, go make me a sandwich, or woman, go make me a sandwich, or my woman deserves to cook me food because I'm the guy, and that's her duty. She's a woman, and the only thing she's capable of doing is cooking, cleaning, and that's it. Honestly, I think that is a very sexist attitude to have towards women, and I'm actually against people holding that view that women are nothing more than housewives that do all the cleaning, that do all the laundry, and the guy just gets to lay around, watch TV, eat, while his wife slaves and cooks for him. Now, that's not to say that a wife or girlfriend cooking for their boyfriend is wrong. I'm not saying that in any way. I just think it's wrong when men have this mentality that that's the only thing they're good for. Cleaning, cooking, and sex. I just don't like it. I disagree with that completely and believe that there needs to be equality between a man and woman. Now, this is just me, but I'm the type of guy who I actually like to cook for somebody I care about. Meaning that if I had a wife or girlfriend, I would be happy to make her food. And if she wanted to make me food, that'd be fine. But I would never demand her or tell her to get in the kitchen and make me a sandwich. I know that the internet, this is a very common phrase. Literally every time I'm on the internet, I always see in YouTube comments or YouTube videos little references like, woman, go make me a sandwich. And I hate it. Hate it with a bitter passion. Because it's so darn freaking sexist. And in a way, I think it even devalues women's worth. See, I'm also the type of guy that if my wife or girlfriend was sick, I would make her food. I did that in my previous relationship when my ex-girlfriend was sick and she would call me and say, I'm feeling terrible again. Me at my house went all the way in the kitchen and made a big thing of homemade chicken noodle soup, and I drove over to her house and I gave it to her for her to feel better, because chicken soup is just wonderful to have when you're sick. But when I was talking to this guy in my classroom, I wanted to say to him, I almost did, but you know, I had to control myself. I wanted to say to him, how about you get off your lazy butt and cook a dinner for your girlfriend instead of sitting in front of a TV the whole time while she slaves and works to make you a nice meal. How about in return you do the same for her for once? For once! Because from talking to him, I instantly got the impression, now I could be wrong, but I got the impression that he's one of those guys who sits around and expects his wife to do everything for him. And I hate lazy people like that. But back to my original question, why does this stereotype of, I'm going to call it the sandwich complex? Because nowadays, in 2012, you always hear the phrase, go make me a sandwich. You always hear guys say that. I hear it on television, I read comments, I see it everywhere. And it really does bother me. I'm not trying to make myself to be out some white knight and trying to bring justice to and equality between females, although I believe men and women should have equality between us. But it sincerely bothers me when guys say stuff like, go make me a sandwich. Because if he was a real guy, in my opinion, he'd know how to make his own sandwich and would not always, being a key word, make his girlfriend or wife do it. And it somewhat makes me sad when a girl simply does whatever her boyfriend tells her to do, instead of saying, well, how about you get off your lazy butt and make your own sandwich instead of asking me, because I do all the work around here. But on the flip side, since I'm covering women, I have also met women who have this same sexist attitude towards men. It's not as common, but it exists. I've seen it. Where the guy is providing for the girl, and the girl simply looks at the guy as a provider, but she doesn't do anything to contribute to the relationship in the sense of helping clean the house, cooking, helping pay bills. She's so dependent upon her husband that because she's so dependent, she goes off and blows all the husband's or boyfriend's money, getting fingernail pedicures, toes, and says, oh yeah, my husband provides for me and I spend all of his money. And then when she comes home, she expects the guy to always cook and make things for her and clean, basically be a male housewife. Those women do exist out there because I've ran into them. My point in this video though is I don't believe it should be either side of those, where you have a male housewife or an actual housewife where the guy expects his wife to do everything and cook and clean and all that. I don't believe it should be either way. I believe the friendship, relationship, boyfriend, or marriage should be shared equally between two partners where they both contribute to the relationship in the cleaning of the house, in cooking, and it shouldn't be completely one-sided either or. So that was just my thoughts, my ideas, and this all came out of the discussion, well, brief talk I had with the classmate behind me when I asked him, well, how about you make your own food for your girlfriend? And he replied to me, well, she's a girl, that's what she's supposed to do. Little things like that spark video ideas like this. So thanks for watching. I'm Daniel Sulzbach, also known as Mr. Repzion. Facebook and Twitter are down below in the link. Feel free to contact me on there if you have any questions or just want to talk to me. So, yep, thanks for watching. Peace the Rep out.